Hello, everybody. Kyler Davenport here on Broadcaster. We have upgraded to Anchorman. Amazing. Running here on Spreaker. And connect to Skype. I don't really know what that means. Monetization and all these other things here we're learning tonight. This is kind of our first night on Spreaker and the way that we're doing it. We're going to be back on live tonight. I see my live sign is on up there, and this is so interesting. So exciting to be here right now. I'm going to have to ask Marion if this is the way we connect to Skype to bring our people in tonight. Record. It says record. Should I record this or am I live? Or should I record this live broadcast? Um, should I record this live broadcast? So I'm going to hit record. I don't know if it is recording. I guess it is recording. Okay, so we're live. No, ladies and gentlemen, we are so excited to be here tonight. I mean, just unbelievable changes that have been made over the last 3 months. You know, we've been promising to get away from Restream, and we did. We've been promising to move away from Blog Talk Radio, and we did. They just weren't doing us any good at all over there. They were just not helping us out in any way at all. No customer service at all over there, and we're so happy to be here. Mac 17, the great Mac 17, will be on with me tonight and later on in the week with some royalty free music from Mac 17 and his studio crew over there. And Mac and I call our show Salt and Pepper, obviously. Max is black and I'm white. Wow, what a concept. Salt and pepper, kind of catchy, I think. And it's working out really well. He's a brother from another mother. Max and I get along great. We have a lot in common. And wow, you just can't imagine how elated I am to be here, ladies and gentlemen. I talked to a friend of mine who is here, uh, Rob, and a few other people, and we are going to be definitely talking about all of the wonderful things that my couple of friends are doing that are already here on Spreaker, and some of the wonderful things they're doing off grid. And as far as prepping is concerned, we're going to be talking a lot about off grid issues, prepping issues, gardening, natural gardening issues, homeopathic, naturopathic medicine, and herbs and spices, and growing your own food at home, and how easy it is to use your produce department to do that from your local store, or buy seeds, or buy the smaller plants in the little tubs and then plant them yourself, and how to build greenhouses, and all about solar power and wind power and water power and all types of other alternative energy and sustainable development type of issues we're going to be talking about on this channel. And also, of course, talking to a lot of nonprofits around the country, 501c3 charitable organizations that are working on the front lines like we are to help those in need in our communities, women and children, our veterans, our senior citizens, obviously, and others who are in need of help and shelter, food, clothing, and helping them to get doctor's appointments and different things like that, and transportation, and also helping them financially at times in special needs. But, you know, we do a lot of geopolitical analysis also on this channel, and we're going to be taking it easy. I'm a wild man, of course, of talk radio, having to change gears a little bit here, bridle back a little bit here for our sponsors, and not be so wild, such a wild horse. I talked to Max earlier, and he was like, "Yeah, we're going to have to bridle you back a little bit." But we're hoping to bring in a lot of folks here, and I'm dreaming. I see the vision, I see the possibilities, I see the potential for what we can do here on this channel, and it's amazing, ladies and gentlemen. And so, yeah, tonight we will be on at 6 p.m. Max's internet is down right now in his community, and he's looking for it to go back up by 6 o'clock. And we're sure hoping that he can make that happen, because I want to hear Max's voice on here tonight. This is our first big night on the big station, And eventually we will be moving to Sam Broadcaster also, and we will be doing some parallel shows and some bringing in some other hosts to do other shows in their own genres, their own categories of thinking and philosophy, and their own type of narrative and commentary, and different types of subjects that will, news you can use type of thing. And I always say, what do I say? People who care. Issues that count with people who care. And of course, I always say at the end of my show, whatever you vividly imagine, ardently desire, and enthusiastically act upon will come to pass. And that is surely true. We have learned that this is true. You really have to put your mind to things and really have to work hard to get all of these different things to happen. I mean, my gosh, getting to where we are today took almost a year of deep study just to figure out, the search engine optimization procedures and tag words and keywords and backlinks and affiliate links and how to connect to all of these different things and how to make them work together um, in conjunction with each other and how to get them to interact with each other from a technical standpoint. It's not an easy thing to do. We're trying to make $1 million this year. We've made a vow. We've set a goal to make $1 million this year for our nonprofit to be able to reach out to all of our people and be able to help so many different organizations in our community here in the Northwest and over in Max's area where he is. And so we're making some really strong strides and efforts to make that come to pass. Like I said, with our 501c3, we've written some grants for some funding for the disaster team. We have the emergency disaster team here in the Northwest that we run, we founded, and we also have the Center for Living, Loving, and Learning that we're building here in the Northwest, which is going to be a really beautiful place for everyone, old and young, to come and do Tai Chi and to do Qigong and to meditate and to walk through our Zen gardens and to see all of our animals and our natural gardens that we will be putting in our massive greenhouse that's going to be specially set up for organic vegetables and fruits and trees of different kinds and all types of herbs and things for homeopathic, naturopathic healing methodologies. And so we have that, and then we have so many other things going on. It's unbelievable. We're writing some books. I've got a book out, got another one on the way. I've got a CD coming out. I'm a musician, play guitar, sing. And so we've got that coming out. And Max has a new track coming out from his studio with a lot of great music on it. We're going to be interviewing some really cool musicians, all types of genres of music on this channel. And we're going to really put the time in here. I'm one of those kind of guys. I've been searching for the right station for a long time now, and if it wasn't for Rob Scribner over there, I wouldn't be here right now. And I want to thank Rob so much for everything that he has done for us just in talking to me. The time that he gave me was wonderful, and we're going to give back to Rob by putting everything that he's doing on all of our channels and groups and pages, and to share and to pay back Rob for all of his generosity and love and caring of what we're doing here. And I'm going to send Rob this show, by the way. I want him to listen to it, and I want him to understand that I have calmed down a whole lot. I used to be on air with Rob, and I was the wild man of talk radio, let me tell you. I mean, I am the wild man of talk radio, and, I've got to learn to calm down. I am not Howard Stern. I am not on Sirius Radio, and I'm not able to do the things that I really want to do. And sometimes that can be very stressful for me to have to bridle back, to have to hold my tongue. I feel like I'm being censored. I feel like I'm, got somebody lording over me, telling me what to say and how to say it and when to say it. And I don't like that. I don't like those kinds of constraints, and I know that many of you don't either. But in this case, if we're ever going to get monetized, if we're ever going to move ahead, if we're ever going to fund our missions and projects and programs and special events, we need to do it right. You know what I mean? We need to do it right. Um, but it's really hard for me. It's really hard for me to make these drastic changes in my personality. But I can be the NPR kind of guy. I've got that voice for it. I think people have said. And Max has a wonderful radio voice, and between the two of us, I think this is going to be highly successful, and I think it's going to rate very high on Google, and eventually GPT-3, GPT-4 is taking over Google. Uh, Google is going by the wayside, ladies and gentlemen. So it's kind of crazy. Artificial intelligence, machine learning has taken over the world, as we know it. Has changed the world as we know it. The world will never be the same again with the advanced technology that's transpiring today, taking place today out there around the world. Um, we're losing a lot of jobs over this. Millions and millions of jobs are going to be lost to GPT-4 and machine learning and just artificial intelligence in general is already taking over so many jobs and has been taking over jobs and the just the near future is going to be horrifying for people losing their jobs and having to go home and losing their homes. We have several million people that have lost their homes to foreclosure, illegal foreclosure, I must say, in many cases. We have millions starving. We have millions homeless. We have millions stressed out, freaked out, depressed, bipolar, manic depressive episodes, and all types of schizophrenia out there. Mental illness in general is just epidemic proportion right now because of what's going on in the world, and much of it's unexplainable, and a lot of it is just incomprehensible, and the rest of it is just completely crazy. Uh, I've been studying, researching. I've been in journalism now for over 20 years, and I try to do my best. We try to do our best. The team tries to do their best to bring you news that counts for people who care, issues that counts for people who care. We try to bring you real-time news and talk about the issues that affect you, your children, your family, immediate family, extended family, coworkers, nephews, nieces, uncles, aunts, grandma, grandpa, and your neighbors, your community, your city, your county, your state. We try to give you the information that you need to be empowered and to have a voice, in all of these different things. And I'm going to have Marion reach out here in a moment and transfer this show over to Rob and a few other folks and let them listen to the audio quality and some other things. But yeah, we're going to stay here. I'm going to give this a really, really, really hard go, and so is Max. And we need to be monetized, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not whining. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying we haven't been monetized in 20 years, and it's time that we stop spending our own money, what little we have, to keep these missions running. And it's time that we reach out to the public and we start getting some donations and some access to corporate sponsorship and foundation sponsorship to be able to run the many missions and programs and projects that we're in charge of. Um, we can't function like this with an empty bank account. We run, the disaster team in itself costs a lot of money, a lot of propane, a lot of gasoline. I mean, to fill our 31-foot bounder, command unit RV up is over $300 or $400, and then propane costs us several $100s in a couple of months, and so, and then maintenance on this thing. Anything goes wrong with it, it's $1,000, boom, out of your pocket. I mean, so in order for us to survive, we've got to reach out to the communities at large and public-private partnerships. And I don't mean the kind that Klaus Schwab is talking about over there at the World Economic Forum with the reset and everything going on. I'm not talking about those clowns over there. I'm really not. I'm talking about real public private partnerships that really count. I'm talking about transparency, full transparency as to what we're doing, where our money is going, what it's funding, who it's helping, and, you know, being as open as we can about our needs. We have so many needs to buy equipment, materials, and supplies for the many things that we do. And we're kind of sad that giving has slowed down so much. We talk to a lot of nonprofits around the country, and everybody seems to be facing the same dilemma of decreased funding everywhere we look, everywhere we turn, everyone we talk to. Many nonprofits are having to shut their doors because of a lack of funding. Now, some of this comes from a lack of knowledge in knowing how to write proposals and how to put together the right words and how to structure these funding proposals and where to send them and how to target these proposals to the right organizations who have the money to fund what you're doing. And we have become very proficient in that, and we have become very proficient advisors and consultants. So we're opening that portion of our business up, I believe, as a for-profit entity to help those in business who are running new businesses to try and teach them this advanced technology and marketing, public relations, administration, GPT-3, advanced and pro, and plugins and search engine optimization, psychodemographic stratification, affiliate marketing, and ClickBank, and how to use all of these tools at their disposal. Very complex business, very difficult to do, very difficult to learn. It takes a lot of stamina, a lot of concentration, a lot of focus, a lot of practice to be able to do this type of thing, and it takes a lot of energy and a lot of staying power. You fall down a lot and you have to get back up. I talked about this last night on one of our other shows about how many times we've fallen down on our face and how many times we've just broken down crying, literally crying, and just wanted to give up. And, you just can't do that. I mean, you have to just keep going. Giving up is definitely not going to, excuse me, I don't have a, I don't have a mute button that I can see. I'm so sorry I did that, ladies and gentlemen. Wait a minute. Let me look and see if my mute button works. Um, yeah, it does work. Oh wow, I found it. That's why I'm so sorry. I sneezed in here. Ah, I've got this seasonal hay fever going on, and it's killing me. But this has been a great moment for me, ladies and gentlemen, at 2:51 p.m. here in the Pacific Northwest, February the 3rd, 2023. This is our first live show on Spreaker. Uh, Marion has plugged us into several other platforms and pages and groups out there. She's still learning how to build a player for this. We have a player on the phone app. It's on Facebook Live. Also, we're out there on Facebook Live, and we love you guys and girls, and we are so thankful, so happy that we made it this far. We're the three musketeers: Max, Mary, and myself. Max is our senior vice president for Destiny Global Communications Network. Max is also our communications director, as well as our director of operations for the police, fire, and emergency medical disaster respite team in his county. And he's also a senior executive producer for Alternative Public Radio International, and of course, the senior co-host at Lone Wolf Radio for Salt and Pepper here on Spreaker. And we really appreciate Max and all that he has done and all that he will do in the future. And we're so thankful for Max and his family and his children. And we're just happy to have Max on board. We've lost a lot of people. They have run away. They've fallen away by the wayside. As many of you had that happen in your companies and corporations and agencies and organizations. People come, people go. People come, people go. It's a revolving door, of people who come in all excited, blah 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 blah, and then they leave. They're gone. It's amazing. It's just totally amazing how that works. Marianne, can you tell me, producer? I need a producer here. What does this mean? Time remaining? 2:48. Time remaining. What does that mean? Do we need to go to pro? I can't deal with that. So we're going to have to go to Pro, I guess. You need to look that up on your computer because I need to know for tonight. You know, I really do. I'm asking my producer what this means for our time limit. It looks like 2:48:52. Is that 2 hours? Yeah, it is. Oh, that's amazing. We get a 3 hour show, she said. Um, okay, I know. That's what my producer's trying to talk to me, and I really don't want to hear it right now. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. Let me say this on here. We will be back tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Gosh, I can type. We will be talking about uh, many of the same issues I have covered here. I can even spell. Gosh, that's amazing. Um, please tune in and listen. So yeah, it's great. I think you can find us on Skype. I don't know how you find us. Miriam will have to tell me. I won't be able to write that in right now. 5 hours of live broadcasting. I don't know what that means. Upgrade to Anchor. Man, we're gonna try that. We may try that. We may upgrade. Um, auto ducking. I don't know what that is. Auto ducking. It's kind of cool. I'm gonna play a little break on music here and talk to my producer, and we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, yeah, auto DJ. Don't know what that means, but I'm clicking on some of these things here and just kind of looking around and playing with these buttons here, turning auto DJ off. Back with you, ladies and gentlemen. Kyler Davenport here. I'll have my senior co-producer, co-host on tonight, and it's going to be an exciting show just for us and all of you too. Going to be talking about some of these same issues and some things that are going on around the world that are kind of crazy. I was listening to the news this morning, even on the mainstream news. It's kind of crazy. Brazil is making it illegal to talk negative about the shot, if you know what I mean. They're making it illegal, and that's coming to the United States. They're in Massachusetts. They've got a bill that's come out to knock time off of prisoners. Uh, well, they've been sentenced to 5 years or whatever. They offer up an organ or some bone marrow, and they'll knock a year off their sentence or whatever. This is a bill that's coming up. Really crazy stuff going on. We've got protests going on all over the world. We've got, um, of course, starvation, of course, and then the illegal organ transplants. that are going on all over the world, especially in China. And then we've got this Taiwanese thing going on with China, the CCP, the Communist Chinese Party there with Xi Jinping, and then Vladimir Putin with Ukraine, and then Kim Jong Un there in North Korea, and then Syria coming in, Iran coming in with Russia, and to try to attack Israel. And we've got Israel Palestine war going on still. Major problems between Palestine and India and Syria, um, India and Pakistan. Sorry, let me get my brain straight here. A lot of things going on, a lot of conflict going on, ladies and gentlemen. And then we've got conflict here in the United States just among our own people, with such differences of opinion and perception, programming, indoctrination, and so forth through all of this mainstream propaganda that's coming out. And there's so many things being hidden, Marion and I noticed this morning. We've got ships, warships from China and Russia surrounding the United States right now, and this is not being broadcast on mainstream media as it should be, as we feel like it should be. We feel like people should know what's going on with this. I mean, we've literally got nuclear subs and we've got warships with nuclear warheads on them and all types of other dangerous weapons out there surrounding the United States right now, from the Atlantic to the Pacific to the Gulf of Mexico to the Alaska to Hawaii. And it's just crazy, ladies and gentlemen. It's just crazy. I mean, what is the Pentagon doing? What is the Department of Defense doing? What is the Biden administration doing? What are the Democrats doing? What are the Republicans doing? I mean, I can't imagine. I can't imagine being in a position to have to figure all of these geopolitical things out. This geopolitics is crazy. Even some of my friends who are geopolitical analysts and have degrees in political science are scratching their head. And then we have the problem with the social credit score coming into play, Agenda 2030. And then we have the digital passports coming into play. Then we have the CBDC, the government coin, I call it, coming into play, and fiat currency slowly slipping away. So, all of these things are happening, and people are very, very confused about this, and we feel powerless. I know many times we feel like, well, we just can't do anything about it. And then we have people in the New Age movement saying, oh, everything's going to be okay. We just need to keep a positive attitude, and we need to sing Kumbaya and tune up our chakras and meditate and move into a higher consciousness and all of these types of things. And I tend to agree with some of that, but to be realistic, to be very realistic, and I am a realist, we have to understand just how bad things really are and how bad we've allowed things to become. I mean, now we have elected leaders from the World Economic Forum over there, headed up by Klaus Schwab, and the Council on Foreign Relations, and the Trilateral Commission, and the United Nations over there, and all these guys and girls gathering at Davos and making all of these decisions for us that we're not involved in, and they're not being transparent about. And then now we have these unelected officials running things in the world globally. And this may sound crazy, but our governments have just been put in total submission to the World Economic Forum and all of their entities and agencies and agents around the world. And so it's very difficult to even understand what a government is anymore. Everything has become kind of merged, blurred. The waters have become really milky and murky and muddy and dark. So there's where we get the dark state and the deep state issues that Max and I discuss all the time. So, yeah, it's going to be a great show tonight, and y'all tune in. And then Marion's going to help us figure out how to get you guys in where you can actually be on the show. I don't know how that works yet. I would just love to see you in chat, you know. That would just warm my heart to see 50 or 60 people in chat. It takes time with these shows. It's going to take a public relations campaign now to build this show up. to where we can start getting monetized and start getting some funding in for the many missions and projects and programs that we're doing around the world. So, especially here in the United States, especially local in our community, in our neighborhoods. And, we've always advocated shopping local, living local, loving local, being local. Um, we've never advocated for these big box stores running all the mom and pop stores out of town, which is what's happened over the last few years, which is a sad thing. And of course, um, let's just say the pathogen didn't help a lot. What came in with COVID and everything didn't help at all, running a lot of people out of jobs and creating a situation where people had this desperate need to find work and couldn't and had to learn to work at home. Well, this work at home thing is becoming big now. I say the next 3 years, everybody will be working at home and robots will be running all of the major manufacturing teams. And it's just amazing, just totally amazing. I'm going to get off the air here, Marion, just 1 second if you'll wait. Um, so, so yeah, I want y'all to tune in tonight, ladies and gentlemen, please, at 6 o'clock. Marion will somehow put a promo up on how to get here. I think the only way you can get in here is through Skype. I'm not sure yet, but you can connect as a guest. I think you have to go through Skype, but I think you can just listen on the players that are out there. Yeah, those of you who are listening now that see me live can do that. Now to come in and talk on chat, I don't. What do they need to do, Marion? Do you know? Huh? So Marion will get in here and talk to you guys and tell everyone on Facebook out there and all the platforms that we're on. Start educating people on or informing people basically on how to get in here as a guest or how to get in here and chat with us. So that's going to be a good thing. And we look forward to sponsoring. We look forward to our sponsors coming in. We look forward to being able to choose our sponsors. We look forward to being able to choose sponsors that are transparent and have quality products and services and good customer service and really care about their customers and care about the quality of their products and the professionalism behind the services they offer, and that's going to be exciting. I'm sure we'll be catering to the preppers and the off-grid folks and the farmers and the ranchers, and I'm sure we'll be catering to people who believe in freedom and liberty for all and sovereignty in this once fantastic republic that has gotten so overburdened with government and oversized. This oversized government has gotten so out of control now with this uh, World Economic Forum thing going on. It's just it's crazy. It's almost incomprehensible. It's hard to describe. It's hard to discuss. Difficult to talk about if you're not well researched and well educated in how all of these things have come together over the last 100 years or so. And that's what we do, and that's why we're on air. So, uh, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to try to end the show, and I'm going to be back tonight at 6 o'clock. That's 3 more hours from now, our time. It's 3:07 p.m. here, February 3rd, 2023. Our first show on uh, this platform, wonderful platform, Spreaker, and we love it so far. I definitely do want to move to that higher level. Marion's not real hip on that right now, but we will do that, and we will make sure that these shows are not just informative but also entertaining, and we'll have a little fun, and we'll kick back and chill out and put our head out the window and let our hair blow a little bit, while we're flying down the digital highway. But love you guys and girls a lot. And support the show, support our missions, support our causes, support our nonprofit organization when you get a chance. And I'll see you guys tonight. Take care. See you at 6 o'clock here with Max. Y'all be good. And Rob Scribner, we love you and thank you for everything. And we're going to be, like I said, promoting Rob on our 27 platforms and especially here on the show. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. We'll see you tonight. Bye bye.